The following podcast is brought to you exclusively by the Rad Rob Radio Network.
On this edition of Straight Up 5 with Todd McGill, we welcome USBC and PBA Hall of Famer, one of the living legends, Jason Couch, to the show. Growing up as a lefty in Windsor Locks, Connecticut, I saw Jason win his first title at the Tums Classic at Bradley Bowl in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. And I've been a fan of his ever since. This is a bucket list guest for me, and I can't wait to get him on, so let's not waste any more time. Straight Up 5 with Todd McGill starts now.
This is PBA champion Kyle Troop.
Hey y'all, Jacob Ledrup here.
Hey guys, Chuck Ritchie here, formerly of Bowl TV.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Schaefer of track staff at Valley Bowling Center in Waverly, New York.
And you're listening to Straight Up 5.
Yo, the boys from Straight Up 5.
Todd McGill is one of the nicest people I've ever met.
But he doesn't have the best hair in the world. I do. Sorry, bud, but you know the deal. Pick it out. Fear the fro, baby.
Welcome to Straight Up 5 with Todd McGill. A hard-hitting, cutting-edge look into the world of bowling. This podcast will not only feature bowling, but we'll give you a raw look into real-life issues. We've had the biggest and brightest stars from the past, future, and present on this show as we strive to bring you the best the sport of bowling has to offer. So without further delay, let's introduce you to the host of your show, Red Rob Francois, and your featured host, Todd McGill.
Hey guys, welcome back to Straight Up 5 with Todd McGill. I am your host, Rad Rob. Says it right there, so I got proof. Rob Francois. Love that chicken from Popeye. Damn right I do. But I just recently, because I'm a fat pig, literally cannot control my type 2 diabetes after 5 years now. So my doctor said, you got to do something else. Or, you're probably going to lose your feet and, stuff like that. So I started Monjuro shots last Saturday. And it actually makes me feel less hungry. So I've been eating smaller portions this week. So hopefully at this time next year, if I'm still here, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, knock on polyurethane, hopefully I'll be at my goal weight. But in any event, let's see who we got popping here in the chat. We got Felipe Feliciano. That's a mouthful. That's what she said. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you being here. Jason, always my favorite lefty. Agreed. Well, he's one of my favorite lefties. It's a very, very short list. Parker, Johnny Petraglia, and Jason fills that list. So it's good to have him here. But before we bring him in, I do have to bring in the featured host of the show. He is the national sales manager for Bowlifi. He is the general manager of Gilmore Lanes in Ohio. He is the one and only Froless this week, Todd McGill. What's up, brother? Thanks for being here.
How are you?
Thanks for being here. It's your show.
Got my haircut. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you look good.
Yeah.
I like it. It's,
I went for the summer cut.
Yeah, you took a lot off from last week. I mean, it was
900 degrees outside today.
It is so freaking hot out. Yes, it is. It is so hot out. It is here too.
I saw my buddy Kyle Cook posted today that the humidity is God, how do you put it? I'll think of it. I'll tell you later.
Sure you will.
It was funny.
Okay. I'm sure. Okay.
It's not good.
Way to bring the thunder. How
am I doing?
You're so good. Nico's in the house. What's up? He wants an I do. Speaking of I-dos, I got to see Kyle this past weekend in Smyrna, Tennessee. There's my boy. He is the winner of the PBA Regional, the Nashville Classic, whatever the hell they called it, Smyrna Lanes. Went out to lunch with him, his wife, and Nate and Elise, and a few others at Jim and Nick's barbecue. It was a good time. We had some really good food and, watched Nate be pissy all day as he bowled. Didn't make the cut, but Kyle led pretty much from wire to wire and defeated CJ Petrin in the final match to win his 12th regional, I believe.
I think it's 12. Yeah, 12
Was
or
it good?
13. He's like beats up the South when he goes out there.
It was a good time, and it was a lot of Bowlifi, Team Bowlifi in the house.
That is good to hear.
Yeah, and they were selling Bowlifi jerseys in the pro shop. So yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was a good time. It was good to see Kyle for the first time face to face. He's been on the show twice already, but just as nice in person as he was on the show. And his wife is amazing. Their girl's amazing. So yeah, it was a good time. It was a really, really good time.
By the way, Kyle Cook said that the humidity is disrespectful.
Oh, it is. Yes. No, I absolutely agree.
Sorry, I remembered way sooner than I thought I would.
Thanks, man.
I thought it was going to be a 2 a.m. text. Nico
says work scheduled to be late last couple of weeks, and YouTube didn't send me a notification. Well, damn it, YouTube! I got to get with Google because we're pretty big time here. We have all the big names of bowling from the past, present, future, as you saw in the beginning. How does it feel to be a senior citizen? It's senior citizen, by the way. I'm 100 millionth Spanish. It's very little, but I can lay claim to part of Mexico. I think our family owns like a shack there or something. What's up, Summer Forever? Appreciate you being here. Anyway, enough filibustering. We have a lengthy video. So hope Jason gets some snacks and gets ready here in the green room as we play his highlight video. Because he's won 16 titles, and I didn't include all the PBA 50 because not all of them, because flow bowling sucks and they made me pay for it. But
I got my popcorn ready.
Nice, good job. But as always, it's anytime we have a first-time guest, especially one the magnitude of Jason Couch, we always play a highlight video. So here is a look at the career from the one and only PBA Hall of Famer, Jason Couch. And I hit the wrong. I hit the wrong. Son of a bitch, Todd. I swear to God, I didn't upload it. You know what? It's fine. I got it.
What about the national anthem?
I have it now. We don't have time for that. Like it is. No. No. Can't.
He's got a basketball game to get to tonight.
He has a basketball game to get to. I'm going to share a window. I'm going to share. The problem is, since I'm working now, I have zero time to get things ready. And between Amanda's show and all that I have to do, it's tough. I literally spent the last half hour trying to put that video together. And it is what it is. I'm going to share one of my screens here. Give me 1 second, guys. It's live TV. And I saw like this is the whole joke of the show, right? Like, Rad Rob sucks at his job. Like, yeah, yeah, exactly. There's a reason why we're not on, sponsored by the PBA and stuff like that. Yet. See, that's why I like you, Todd, because you're like super positive.
The glass is always half full, brother.
Oh, hell no. The glass, no, that shit's like almost empty when it comes to where the hell did I put the video? We're an award-winning show that hasn't won shit. Jason's sitting there like, God damn, these guys are a bunch of hacks.
Like tip-off is in like 14 minutes.
You stop. Jesus, Todd, you're not helping. You're not helping.
My bad. Take your time.
Open. There it is. Son of a biscuit. All right. I have to do other means to get this to play. So, because it literally takes like 25 minutes to upload, and we're not going to do that. I apologize, y'all. My life is rough right now. I mean, it's good. Everything is great. I just suck. I suck. It's just. Do we really need to show all 16 times? Yeah, no, we do. We need to show clips of all 16. Will you freaking play already? Apparently, that media player says, no, you suck.
Nah, baby, nah.
So what have you been up to, Todd? As I'm bubble fucking this thing.
I've actually been a little under the weather the last couple of days. I don't know if I got some sort of, so far, I don't know if I did a lot of work in the yard. I did a lot of work cleaning this weekend of the pool. So the pool was ready for Laney.
Okay.
Cool. I think I got a little bit of bacterial kind of infection or something was in me that was not good. And last night, the fever, Last night, the fever finally broke, and the rest of it started working its way out of me, however way. And I woke up this morning feeling much better. So,
well, I'm glad. I'm glad you
had a day and a half or 2 days of feeling like pure shit.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I really am. I'm sorry. But now we got to move on. We don't have time for the rest of that shit. So
yeah, who cares? Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is the worst. I swear to God.
Five PBA 50 titles, 26 PBA regional titles.
Pretty amazing, right?
Yes.
Oh, I miss him. I really do. I miss Red. God rest his soul. He was the GM at Bradley for a long time. But yeah, I grew up in Windsor Locks, and I was there for this. Throwing the teal Rhino Pro. You got to love that.
Did you pick yourself out in the crowd?
No. I was not anywhere near the camera. I mean, I probably could. If they
I wonder if the flood warning was an actual storm or it had to do with the way they wore their pants in 1989.
That's fair. I don't know. That's a good question. That's such a good-looking guy, Brian Voss. Oh, nice shot, bro.
He could probably use a couple Tums after that one.
Good plug. That's a good plug. Funny that Pete Weber's first title was at Bradley, and so was Jason's. So that's.
I was gonna say, is everybody's first title at Bradley?
There's a lot. There's a lot of firsts.
Ooh, throwing scouts back in the day.
I love that Crush R shirt. That's amazing. I miss that. I miss the Lamode shirts. Even the teal or the Rhino Pro shirts were badass. I had a few of those.
Yeah, the Lamode shirts were cool, but they were hot.
Yes, they were. Look at Parker with a mustache. Love it. That was a young-looking Parker and Jason.
You know why?
Because it's 30 years ago?
Because they were.
Yeah, that's fair.
Best I got.
No, that's fine.
Oh, shoot. 2 count.
What's a 2 count?
Took the 1 and the 5 straight through the rack.
I think Parker hit the button and pulled the sweep down. Look at that look. It's the second title. All right, some of these won't be as long because we got like 5 minutes left.
Hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. We'll see you next week.
Oh, look at that hairdo from Amuletto. That's amazing.
He still has his hair like that.
He does. He actually does. It's a little bit grayer now, but it looks identical.
Still just like that. Yeah.
It doesn't age at all. It's crazy. Of course, he works out a lot, which clearly none of us. Well, you do. I can't say the same for me. Barnesy put up a really good match against Jason in this tournament. Jason really had to earn this win. I believe he needed 2 and 7.
Oh, the gold pins too.
Gotta love the gold pins. There's 1. There's 2. Keep it on the lane. Oh, of course he gets the messenger off the sheet. Del Ballard. We got to get him on the show, by the way. I'm sure Chris loved that hug. He looked very, very happy to lose there. Clutch pickup, bro. First major.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, back to back. That was his second major. He beat Barnesy the first time.
The hug open. Oh.
I wish they'd bring this tournament back. Who doesn't love outdoor bowling in Florida in 100-degree heat?
Yeah, right. Central Florida too at the Villages.
Yeah, I love the shades though. It was a unique event. I really do wish they'd bring that back.
Well, they did something like that in Milwaukee not that long ago, right?
That was
a little while, but
indoors. Oh, Ryan Schaefer losing once. We'll see him lose again here shortly. He seemed to have Parker's number and Schaefer's number. Because typically, one bowler always has somebody's number. And look at that.
Attaboy.
Product placement right there. That was sweet. That was his third TOC win. 11th title. I mean, he had such a stretch for, a good 10, 15 years.
Well, now he's out there mashing them on the 50 tour, though.
Exactly. I remember when Denny sponsored the tour. I thought ESPN did actually a really good job when they had coverage. I always loved Lon McCarron.
Yeah.
I'm a big poker guy, so there's Parker losing again, but always takes it with a smile. See, Parker is literally the nicest guy you could ever meet.
But see, he's okay with losing because he won so many times. It's okay.
Sure. Yeah,
I mean, you never want to lose.
Walter's got 95 titles and still hates to lose. Like it's just depends who you are. Defeats Billy Oatman. That's a name I haven't heard in quite a while.
He was a player.
He was. Well, gonna beat Parker again for his last PBA National Tour title.
The Plastic Ball Championship.
Plastic Ball Championship, yeah. They should bring that back. Poor Parker. Losing 3 times on TV. And here's the most recent, winning the Monticelli, which is funny because he beat Monticelli all those years ago and then wins the championship.
I mean, that tournament was made for him. He's like, well, Monticelli, I can beat him. Might as well just win his tournament.
I've already done it. But, that was really good to see him win there. So, yes, a very awesome look at the highlights of Jason Couch. Let's not waste any more time. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Let's bring in PBA Hall of Famer, who is, I'm sure, very patient right now. The one and only Mr. Jason Couch. What's going on, brother? Thanks for waiting 15 minutes. We appreciate you.
No worries, gentlemen. How are you?
We're doing well, man. Thanks for being here.
Good.
Appreciate you taking the time out. And, again, congrats on winning the Monticelli and all the success you've had over your career. But when you yelled vindication, what's the story behind that?
Well, it was redemption.
Redemption, sorry.
The day before, I bowled the Ballard Championship, which I was defending champion. And for about 5 frames, I bowled really good. And then commercial break happened. And, a guy with 80 TV shows should know better. But I came out, and I was lazy. I was lazy after the commercial break. So I was disappointed in myself. Threw it slow, got it left a couple of shots, went high, and just disappointed myself. And went back to the room that night knowing I had to bowl for the title again the next day, and needed to dig deep, and just didn't want to disappoint myself again, and bowled well or better the second day, and just felt like it was redemption from the day before.
To get the chance to bowl, back-to-back tournaments like that is it is a great accomplishment in its own right. But I can understand, being that disappointed, but then going on and beating Jack Jurek, who I love seeing him on TV. I love seeing all you guys on TV anymore. I wish the PBA50 would get more national coverage. But the only thing I took exception with, honestly, and I'm sure it's due to programming and all that, but the fact that you guys didn't get a true TV stepladder final. I wish we, with all the time they had on TV for the World Series, I wish that could have happened. But I was still glad to see you guys back on TV because you're just as good now as, well, I wouldn't say just as good now as you used to be, but you guys are still, for your age, the best. I had to.
Honestly,
it is what it is.
We got, it's a step in the right direction. We got 2 matches on TV. And if that's what it takes to get us started and get us back on live TV, that's what we have to do. But I felt very fortunate to be able to bowl two of those telecasts. And you never know when it's going to be your last time, right? So you got to take advantage of it when you can. And listen, Jack Jurek's an unbelievable bowler, how good he is. He has never gotten the respect that he deserves. He is an incredible bowler, man. I would put him up against anybody anytime.
Absolutely. And obviously he is JJ, but the other JJ, John Janowitz has been so unstoppable on the tour. Had he not, hurt his thumb and, was his thumb or was it one of his ring?
It's his finger, and I hope it stays hurt the rest of the year.
A lot of people feel the same way.
Dude's ridiculous.
I texted him after he won, and he said, "Yeah, it's the purple's gone, so hopefully I'll be back in a few weeks." But had he not dropped out of the World Championship, I don't think Doherty would have won, honestly.
I tell you, it's. The guy is so good at what he does, right? Whether it be physical, mental, you name it. But he can read a graph, and I didn't know how to read a graph until I would say probably the mid 90s. Mm-hmm. And, being close to Kegel, I was fortunate to understand that stuff. And, but Janowitz is on another level, man. He didn't bowl the 2 million games I did in the 90s and 2000s, but, and he's in great physical shape, but he just sees the lane different from everybody else. And that's what makes him so impressive, because he can manipulate a pattern. He understands it. His body's in great shape. And you know what? I enjoy it, actually. I hate losing to him, but I enjoy it because we've grown up together. And just to see him compete now where he couldn't back in the day when he had to work, it's just fun to watch.
Yeah, doesn't have all the road miles, doesn't have all the games, in his shoulder and hips and knees and all that. So, and until he hurt his finger, I honestly thought he was a cyborg. Like, I literally thought they just replaced him with like android parts, and he's just a Terminator.
Right.
His finger, after it got hurt, probably just regrew.
Just snip it off and grew a new one.
Right. It's funny you said that the purple was gone out of his finger. I wonder if that's how his finger got hurt, as one of the lefties dropped a purple hammer on it.
Yeah, maybe.
That's possible.
Guys, I got no problem, giving him the Nancy Kerrigan shot to the knee or something, right?
There it is.
So just anything to slow him down, dude. He's such a competitive bowler. He's such a great guy.
He is. But you guys have to definitely take advantage of it while he's out.
Right.
Which you have. So before I let Todd answer, because I always hijack the show, even though it's Todd's show.
It's fine. Next week's my show. I got the fairs on next week. So.
That's true. You'll lead that one, but I promise you'll get your questions in. I just want to say that watching you at Bradley Bowl all those years ago win your first title, that's where I grew up. I was born and raised in Connecticut, so that was my homestead. My mom worked there. I was there, during the summer, just being a bowling alley rat. But it was really cool. I'm like, man, who is this guy? You were just big and tall, and you cranked it. You were like a left-handed Mark Ross, which is funny because you won a Ross championship. So I'm sure he was one of your favorites growing up because you were such a cranker.
Well, I'll tell you, I've got a great story about that tournament too. So, I just grew up with Mike Lickstein. I bowled the high rollers with him, right? So we were always together, and I got to meet Red Burnham. And, dude, that tournament became special to me. And to this day, I know you won't remember this guy, but originally when I won that tournament, the guy in the bar bartending was a guy named Carl Barnes.
Yep, I know.
And he ended up becoming general manager of that building and ended up retiring a few years ago. Now he lives in South Carolina. And I went back to South Carolina a couple months ago to bowl a regional, and I got together with Carl and had dinner. I just got to be buddies with him and Red, and they were great people. And for me to win a tournament, as lucky as I am for my first one, to be the Tums Classic in Windsor Locks, and such a storied history with that bowling center, I just felt privileged, and I've always kept in touch with Carl. We still talk probably once a month, man. It's just, I felt so fortunate to win that tournament and so proud of it. And it was an honor to win that event.
It actually warms my heart. And I do remember Carl. I was young. I don't think he'd remember me. But that's really cool. Thank you for sharing that, because that actually gets me teary-eyed a little bit, because I love that place. And to see what it is now is it's sad. Spare Time bought them out and just turned it into one of those entertainment centers. Where I think they have like 4 VIP lanes, and the rest of it's like laser tag and arcades and all that. And it's just, you're right, the storied tradition of that building and just the absolute legends, not just pros, but like you said, Litchie. My stepdad, Glenn Hood, and Marcel Lassard, and Keith Schneider. I mean, they had Roger Burrell. They had so many good local bowlers over the years. I just love sitting there on Friday night watching bowl action. It's fun. I miss that place. It's very, very special to me. So yeah, that was a really, really, really cool story. And I'm glad you got to reconnect with Carl. That's very, very cool. And you're right. Red was amazing. At one point, his brother Bob ran the snack bar. The son, JR, ran the pro shop. And yeah, there's a lot of good memories there. But yeah, and then you beat Brian Voss, who obviously is an incredible bowler. And then people forget they had the King of the Hill after that, and you beat Ricky Ward to win that as well. So not only did you win the prize fund, but you got a little extra cheddar at the end. And I used to love watching Ricky bowl. He didn't have a long career, but he was another great bowler.
Yes, absolutely. He was a great bowler. He's still around. He's down in Fort Myers, still runs a pro shop and doing okay. He doesn't bowl much anymore, but he's still doing all right.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. All right, Todd, fire away, brother.
So first I want to say hello to somebody that's commenting out there, Scott Robertson. Scott is a new Bowlifi staffer that's with us, but he's from Australia. And he just joined with us, and we've been talking a lot here lately. And I let him know, hey, we're getting ready to jump on the live stream for the podcast. And he said, oh, where is it? So I sent him over to watch. So thanks for watching, Scott, and welcome aboard. We appreciate you tuning in. So what I wanted to, I guess, just start out with, what do you remember most about winning your first PBA title?
Well, anytime you get close, you never know if it's going to happen, right? So I bowled decent the first couple of shows I bowled the year before, but just couldn't get it done. And then we got to Windsor Locks, and I'd been bowling okay, not great, but the place hooked a lot. You know, it was next to the airport. Planes flew over all the time. Rob will tell you this. The wood was beat to hell in that bowling center, and the dust would always fall when the planes flew over, right? So as you threw a bowling ball in that building, it would just get tore up throughout the day. I mean, it just got beat up.
Literally,
right?
like almost every 5 minutes there was a plane.
Yeah, it was unreal. And so the ball would actually get worn out as the week went on, and you know, Parker was my roommate, and he would tell me, hey, you got to drill a new ball. And I'm like, this ball's rolling great. He's like, it won't in a couple of days. So you would drill the same ball, kind of the same layout, and so it'd be fresh, right? So, you know, back in the day, there was an actual track on the ball, not just the burn, right? It was an actual track that was putting divots in your ball. So, I bowled good all week, right? And I got to the last day of match play, and I'll never forget. I was my first morning, that first match. I'm bowling Kelly Kaufman from California, and I get up and I need a spare, and I just leave a terrible split, right? I leave like a 3, 6, 7, 9, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get 3. I should try and make it, but I'm just going to get 3. I'll just take the pins. No big deal. And I hit it in an awkward angle, man, and I bounced a pin out of the back to beat him. And I thought he was going to lose his damn mind.
But that's okay.
But I made it, and you know what? It just gave me some sort of momentum, and it carried me through. And I took the lead a couple of games later and never looked back. And you know, you never know. You never know the right thing that can trigger it. And it was really cool for something like that to happen. And, you know, I got through there. I led, and then I bowled Brian Voss. And it's for your first title to bowl a Hall of Famer. It is brutal, because you respect them so much, and you want to see them win as much as anybody, right? Because they're your, you know, that's your idol, you know, right? And he's such a talented player. But I'm like, man, I got to do my job. gotta, I want to win. I want to win more than anything in the world. And we both bowled a great match. He got a couple of bad breaks. He left the 4-9 kind of late. And I was fortunate to win. And, you always remember your first title. Yeah. Always.
We got a couple of questions here from the chat. Yeah. Felipe wants to know if you have any kids, in particular, a young lefty male.
Yeah, easy question. No, I don't have a lefty male child. I have 4 daughters, and 2 of them are, well, I don't want to show my age, but 2 of them are up there. They're 30 and 28. The 28-year-old got married about 2 months ago. Nice. And my other 2, my third oldest just graduated high school. She's going to start Florida State College here in Florida next 2 months, I guess it will be, where we get her in. My youngest one is going to be a junior in high school this year, and she's studying neuroscience. So I don't know who her real dad is, but she's they're great kids. 4 daughters. That's why I have gray hair. I mean, I'm not Todd, and I don't have any hair.
Listen, I got a little up here. Easy.
Yeah, not much, bro. Not much.
But wearing a hat from now on. That's it.
Yeah, they're good kids. They don't bowl, but I got lucky with my parents. They never asked me to bowl. They always let me bowl, and I actually quit 2 years when I was a kid to play basketball, and then went back to bowling. So, I let my kids do what they want. So I've got 4 daughters. They don't bowl, but they're doing great in their lives, and I love it.
That's really awesome. He also wants to know: are you and Parker friends? Obviously, right?
Me and Parker probably speak 2 to 3 times a week. That's still. Cool. I mean, it's, we roomed together for, I would say 18, 20 years, and both at each other's weddings. I begged him not to come to my second wedding and said, don't worry, buddy. It's no big deal. You were at the first one. He's like, nope, won't miss it for the world. And we're still great friends. He's got a beautiful family. I've got a beautiful family. It's just, I love him to death. He's like a real brother.
That's amazing. And I'll text him when we get off the show, let him know that you're on tonight. Cause I've been fortunate enough through this show. And the original host of the show was Johnny Petraglia Jr., who obviously is very close to the Bone family as well. So I've been fortunate enough to become friends with Parker over the last few years and have his whole family on the show. And you want to talk about just an absolute ambassadors for the sport. Like the Bone family is so good for bowling. And all of his kids are talented. Leslie was a great bowler as well. They're such good people. Every single one of them. Like, you meet a lot of people, like you see a lot of people online who look nice and all that. And then, sometimes when you meet them in person, they're not so great, but all of the Bones, literally what you see is what you get. Like they're all just amazing people.
Genuine. That's all I can say for the entire family, whether it had been his mom, Jean, back in the day, his father, his uncles. I knew them all, still know them all, right? So they're just great people. And Parker raised great kids, whether it's the 3 he has now or the 2 guys, Evan and Parker before them. Just fantastic people. And they couldn't have been raised any better. I feel so proud to be able to call their family my friends. I mean, they're just awesome people. They got their training center. They give back to the game. Parker, I always bitch at him religiously that he needs to slow down, give himself more time, but he doesn't. He always puts himself out there. And I'm just like, dude, you got to slow down. You got to give yourself more time and focus on your bowling. But you know what? Me and him are at the point now where it's not so much focus on our bowling. It's about giving a little back, and it's about helping the other people. And his kids are damn good bowlers. People better watch out for his kids. They're going to be unbelievable.
Not just Brandon and Justin, but Sydney is a very.
Sydney's gonna hurt some people. She's got the attitude. Thank God she got it from me, but she's got the attitude.
That's amazing. She is. She's a spitfire. Like she wants. Yeah. I mean, they're all competitive, but she has a little bit of an extra edge, like Parker. And Brandon's going to be a killer next year on tour.
For sure.
Whatever Justin decides to do, I know he's kind of switching majors and all that, but he's a fantastic bowler as well. It's amazing the genes that they have. Is just absolutely incredible. And Parker was on last week with us and never says no. Like even he's literally the nicest guy you could ever meet. Like and I've heard him drop a couple F-bombs behind the scenes, but other than that, he never says no to you. He'll always give you time. It doesn't matter who you are. He's just salt of the earth, man. And that's really cool to know that you guys have been friends for that long, because you whooped his ass on TV 3 times. So and always with a smile. He always smiles.
Well, he deserves it.
I mean, yeah, it's true. I mean, he had his time in the spotlight. I mean, you were a young gun coming through and taking out the old vet. But no, it's good to know that you guys we're close like that, because they're good people. So I am curious. So what happened when you're bowling the last frame for your second title and the sweep came down?
Oh, yeah. The prick still swears he did not hit the reset button. But if you see just before that, he's leaning down like he's getting his towel. Right. Bullshit. He hit the button, and I know it. So he swears up and down to this day that he did not hit the reset
That's
button.
Amazing.
But, I'm sorry, dude. I beat you with a urethane ball, and you were throwing teal rhino. My bad. But you know what, dude? Suck it up.
It was happening way back then. Somebody wins with urethane.
Yeah. Oh,
it
yeah.
was pretty.
Todd, me and him talk a lot of trash behind the scenes. So, everybody calls him the nice guy, but you should hear him talk to me.
Oh, no, he is. Yes. And, the same thing, a lot of people said that about Earl. Earl was very competitive and would talk shit to everybody. Even JP Senior would literally, another one of those guys you think is the nicest guy in the world, right? Which he is. But when they're on the lanes, forget about it. No, Parker.
Business is business, fellas. You know
exactly.
That.
Parker talks shit just like the rest of them. So, I love that. But it was pretty conspicuous that he kind of leaned down right in your approach.
Yeah, amazing how that's
just crazy. Happened. It's such a weird malfunction. And a place like Woodland Bowl is just so storied for its history.
We're gonna have to put together a little
crack team
made clip that we can put on there next time Parker's on the show and have show a finger hitting a ball or hitting the reset button and ask him about it.
Dude, Forensic Files is amazing. So we can go back and they can look at the
His
video.
Fingerprints probably still on it.
They'll know.
That's amazing. Let's see. Jamie Gillis wants to know: have you come around on two-handers, or do you think there's still a travesty to the sport? Brian Voss feels that way too. So, what are your thoughts on that?
So literally, when I made that comment on TV. We had literally only seen Belmo and Oscar, right? And my concern was the longevity and what it does to your body. And we're much farther along now, but I'm still a little nervous about what it's done to the bodies of the players. They've taken over the bowling world. I mean, I'll make no bones about that. The kids are so much smarter today. Their physical games are so much better. I just worry about the amount of torque they put on their back. Have I come around? No. But I respect them as bowlers. They do a lot of different things. And listen, I'm a big fan of this new kid, Alex Horton.
Yes.
I mean, the kid shows nothing on TV but patience and confidence.
Yes.
So, you know what? I don't disrespect them. I love what they do. However, I'm still that old school guy that still wants to see your thumb in the ball because, hey, two-hander, you don't know what it's like to bowl 56 game and your thumb really hurts. Right. And you got to put new skin on it or, you hang in the ball occasionally. You guys have it outside the ball. You never hang in a ball.
That's
so true. They did a great job on eliminating some issues with the bowling, but still not the greatest fan in the world, but I respect what they do.
That's fair. And I'm sure the sales of new skin have gone down over the last 15 years.
Probably closed out by now.
Robbie.
Yeah. I got a case of it in the window out in the front of the bowling alley. I can't give it away. People just buy it to sniff it now. Yeah.
It's an ancient relic like the Luster King.
What is this stuff?
That's funny. No, and you're right. We still really don't have long-term data when it comes to these guys, say when they get on the PBA 50 Tour. Obviously, we're seeing Kyle Troop has some injuries last couple of years. Simo is having issues as well, and him being so low to the line, I wonder if his back can even hold up that long, and what he does to adjust. So you're right. It's there's so much torque, from bowling two-handed. But I mean, I guess it saves on their shoulders. I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. Can you say that? But also, the most physically fit athlete I've ever seen in my life, besides Michael Jordan, was probably Tiger Woods. And look what his lower back has happened to him. And that's swinging a golf club. That's a really light club, but you're talking about a 15 or 16 pound bowling ball and torquing on that lower back. It scares me. If we can collect data and we can teach these kids how to do it and not hurt themselves, I think that's a great idea too. Mark Baker's gone really good with the two-handed coaching, and so is Kegel Training Center. I give them a lot of credit. They've taken what these kids have done and making them better. It's just, there's so much upside in bowling. I hear so many people talk negative about bowling and where it's going. There's so much upside in bowling. That's what I'm most thrilled about.
1,000%.
And Belmo was just like Roth, just different. But I mean, Roth was a visionary and a revolutionary. When he came in cranking the ball, Belmo changed the game as well. Hate it or like it, he, there's a reason why I think in the future you're probably going to see 80% two-handers. And we're close to getting that.
You already have that.
I can see it coming.
Walk through a youth league on a Saturday morning or walk into a high school tournament.
Absolutely.
It's already close to that if it's not.
Very, very true. And, watching some of the regional guys here bowl this past weekend, there was a lot of two-handers out there as well. It's just part of the sport now. Whether it was, throwing rubber balls and plastic and urethane and resin, going back to urethane, wood lanes, synthetic lanes. I mean, the game has always adapted and changes. It has changed, and we're going to see that with the advent of string pins and see how far that goes.
And you know what? Can you name a sport that hasn't gone through that transition? No. Yeah. I can't, because we've all done it. And listen, the string pins are the next generation. I'm all for it. I'm good with it. The first couple of versions that came out probably 7-8 years ago now, I tested them. They were not good, but they're really good now, and I'm okay. And in my opinion is that if everybody's bowling on the same thing, what's
that's what I said. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
What's it matter?
The playing field is level for everybody. I don't care if you're pro or league or regional or whatever. If we're all bowling on the same thing, it's an even playing field.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right about that. I'm glad you said that, because that's what I've been saying for quite a long time. There's so many people bitching about it, and so many old schoolers. I'm not getting a ball league, and well, fine, okay. They won't miss your donation every week. I mean, if you're really gonna be that petty about it, the only thing I don't like about it is when you turn them on, they're too quiet.
They're definitely quiet.
I miss just hearing the pin cycle in the pin decks. Like I'm gonna miss that sound. And when you hit them, they sound different. But again, if it increases the longevity of bowling, if it keeps the mom and pop centers open, and a lot of mechanics are obviously pissed off over it. They make really good money, which they should. I mean, there's a lot to go through, with traditional, free fall pin decks. But if it keeps centers open, I'm cool with it. And it's really gonna show you how good you are, because it really puts the emphasis on shot making. There's less spray and pray. Obviously, less messengers. They're very, very rare. So you really have to hit the solid pocket. You're going to see a shit ton of flat tens from some of these guys. I don't care what your rev rate is.
Yeah, in fact, the biggest difference I see is that every time you go through the face, it's a split. You're not breaking anything up.
Yeah.
Right. So does that make the game better? I think it does.
Sure.
Right. You're not going to get the little light tap like you do on the corner pin, but you know what? If it makes you a better bowler at the end of the day, doesn't it make it bowling better?
You would think, right? Yeah.
Right? So I'm all for it. I mean, I like it. The proprietors are happy. They're running on 70% less electricity, which is a huge amount for a bowling proprietor, right? Yes, the mechanics are upset, but at the end of the day, there's so few moving parts that you can have somebody that can work the desk and help out in the back at the same time. It's a win-win, and all we want right now is bowling to survive, and I think it's doing a great job.
Useless is here, by the way. He just wants to say hi.
Yeah, I know. I gave Chuck a hard time today. I'm like, hey, dude, do you do anything? So I love Chuck Ritchie. He's the reason I'm on here. You guys know that. So, hi, Chuck. I miss you, buddy.
I do have to give him a lot of credit for getting you on the show and putting me in touch with you. Apparently, he's bowling tonight, so he can't wait to go back and watch from the start. I hope you bowl well, brother. Chuck gets a lot of shit, but doesn't give a lot of credit either. He is another great ambassador for the sport. I hate what Bowl TV did to him. It was really unfair, but he's been a really big help to me in this show and a supporter from day one. So, and I got the thumb tape, and I didn't have to guess.
I don't have mine with me, but I do have some Chuck Ritchie thumb tape at home.
Yeah, we didn't have to earn it either. We just we just told him, send me a piece of tape. He's like, all right, fine, that's cool. Do you manage a bowling center? Felipe wants to know. Or do you?
I do not. I where I live in Clermont, Florida, there's one bowling center. It's 12 lanes, and at one time, this is a great story. But at one time, you think about 12 lanes, right? 6 pair. On some mornings, there would be myself, Norm Duke, and Randy Peterson bowling. And we didn't want to bowl. We didn't want to bowl with each other because if we are, we're gambling, right? We're bowling for action. Yep. So we would all the 3 be in there practicing at one time. So my buddy Steve still owns that bowling center at Claremont Lanes. That's where I train and practice, and they do a great job. But it's still 12 lanes. It's the only center in town, and that's where I train and bowl. But no managing of any.
That center. Is right down the road from where I used to live when I was in Florida. I lived in Winter Garden.
Oh, cool.
When was that?
Charlie Taps.
I've been back in Cincinnati now for about 15 years.
So that bowling center in Winter Garden,
Carter's,
which is now on. No, it's not Carter's anymore. A buddy of mine, Jay Hess, owns it, but. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, that was mine and my parents' center.
Oh, okay. So, cool. I was there after that. I didn't go down until I was down there for about 10 years, and I've been home for 14 or 15 now.
Well, yeah, if you would have been there back then, you would have probably quit the sport after I beat your ass enough.
Easy now. No, I lose. I do, yeah. I lose all the time, so it's okay with me.
Charlie Tapp is in the house. Any stories about the Tapster?
The Tapster, dude. I gotta be honest with you. My rookie year, I obviously, I'll catch you guys up. First 2 weeks, I bowled terrible. I called my parents from the showboat in Vegas. I didn't cash either week, and I called my parents on a payphone. Called him collect, of course. And I told my dad, I said, Pop, I want to come home. Can you guys send me a ticket? I'm not good enough to be out here. And he's like, yeah, we'll figure it out. But here, let me put your mom on the phone. I'm like, no. Right. So mom gets on the phone and mom's like, oh, okay, you're quitting, are you? And I'm like, well, Mom, I didn't cash either week. It's not good. I'm not very good. And she's like, well, if you're going to be a sissy about it, then we'll just send you a ticket. But when you get home, we're going to put all your shit on the lawn and you go get a job. And I'm like, well, I'll be in Sacramento next week. So I'll call you guys from Sacramento. Right. So, and them and some other people are sponsoring me. So I went to Sacramento next week, finished 6th, just missed the show. Wow. And I'll never forget. I'm excited about cashing, finishing 6th, but I just missed the show. And, that's the holy grail when you're a kid. You want to make TV. I'll never forget Tapster and Joey Hutchinson. They come by and they're like, hey, kid, good bowling. And I'm like, the two legends just said good bowling. And I was all excited. And they're like, hey, you should have bowled better. You'd have made the show. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I can't. Right. So, but they're jokesters, right? And I got to know those guys through my rookie year. And to this day, I still keep in touch with the Tapster and Joey Hutch. And they just, it's those little moments that you think about when you're growing up and you're moving on and you're trying to get yourself better. And just just them telling me that I bowled good and a little pat on the back, it went a long way, right? I was ready to quit 3 days earlier, and now I got these guys telling me I bowled good, and then they give me a hard time. I'm like, you know what? It's give and take. So they're great people. I've got way too many stories about the tapster that probably shouldn't be told. So
he's a character.
He is a character. He's a good man. I love him to death.
Yeah, he's a big wrestling fan too, and so am I. So he sends me wrestling clips and stuff like that on Facebook Messenger, almost every day. He's a funny guy. Super, super smart, super funny. Always a smart ass. Always a smart. He's been a big supporter of the show. He's been in our chat for quite a while, which I'm very fortunate. It's weird, man. You say like, meeting guys when you're a kid and all that. And I hang around Bradley. I got to bowl pro-ams and meet a lot of different guys. But since the advent of social media, having guys on like you and Ryan Schaefer, we had John Maz on the show, several times. Great guy. Parker and his family. We had PDW a few weeks ago. Belmo, Kyle. I mean, just the who's who of bowling from the past and the present. It's and you obviously added to that list. It's just cool for me as a lifelong fan. I just turned 50, so I'm eligible for the PBA50 Tour. By the way,
come on out. The water's warm.
It's very warm.
It's very warm. It's just cool as a lifelong fan to meet guys like you and the guys I grew up with watching on TV, and to call a lot of you my friends. It's amazing. Like Danny Wiseman texts me almost every day because we share political views. He sends me stuff that he can't post on his page because he doesn't want to piss any of his fans off. So he sends them to me so I can take the heat for it, that's classic Danny. But yeah, it's cool. Like, so talking about, Tapster and all that when you're a kid, it's like to get that kind of acceptance from the boys is a cool thing. So, I mean, it's almost like, your initiation, right? Like you're part of the club now, right? So,
right.
So yeah, that was really cool. That was a really cool story. Todd, go for it, man. I'm sorry. I'm taking over.
I mean, no, it's okay. I mean, you competed against some of the greatest bowlers ever. Who was your toughest opponent when you were out on tour?
Not a doubt, easiest one, Pete Weber. Didn't matter if it was a match play where it was just one game. Didn't matter if it was 3-game match. And then later on in the years when the new PBA took over in the early 2000s, we went to 7-game matches. I would always tell Pete, screw it, bro. Let's just bowl one game. Let's just go 3-3 tie, and let's just bowl the last game, because we did it every single time. And that guy is so hard to beat, and he's so resilient. It's just he was my toughest guy by a mile. And we didn't meet that much on TV, to be honest with you, for the amount of shows we both made together, but we just never met that often. But anytime in match play, it was brutal, dude. You can't put him away.
So, I mean, with that being said, what was it like sharing the lanes with legends like, I mean, obviously yourself, but you got Walter Ray, Pete Weber, Norm Duke. What was it like sharing the lanes with these guys? I mean,
I'm probably going to say something that most of the people are going to hate on here, but I bowled in the best era of bowling that we've ever seen.
You got two people here that are going to agree with you. So
yeah, because I mean, dude, the Brian Vosses, the Norm Dukes, the Walter Rays, I could just keep going with names, and and to try and beat these guys every single week. And then I hear people every week go, "Oh, you're on the PBA50 Tour now. It's got to be much easier than when you're on tour." No, it's the same guys. It's the same guys, right? It's just the competition was so severe back then that it was so hard to win an event. But to share the lanes, like, I got to bowl with Carmen Salvino before he was done full time, right? I got to bowl with Gary Dickinson. I got to bowl with Dick Weber. Earl bowled one tournament right before I was done, but I'll never forget walking into Dublin Bowl, Earl's Bowling Center. I told Dave Wadka was my roommate. and we were driving to Dublin. I'm like, we're going to the bowling center first. We're not going to the hotel to check in. I want to see Earl's Bowling Center. I want to see what it looks like. And they've got murals up on both sides of Earl, right? And I'm pumped, man. I'm like, this is Earl's place. And we're walking down we're walking down the concourse, and the bar's on the right. And I look in, and there's Earl, and he's got about 8 shots in front of him. And I give Dave the nudge, and I go, D-Wad, that's Earl in there. And he goes, I know who it is. I've met him 100 times. I'm like, I haven't. That's my guy.
Me too.
And he's like, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, that mural on the end, I want a picture of me underneath it. He's like, the front desk is probably going to be pissed at us. I go, I don't care, because it's, it's down the lane. I'm like, I don't care. I'm getting a picture of me pointing up at Earl saying, that's the man, right? And then we walk back, and Earl cranks all 8 shots down at once. And I go, damn! Right, wow. And he cranked them all down, and we walked in, and he said, Dave Wadka, how are you, buddy? And Dave's like, I'm great. This is my buddy Jason Couch from Florida. And I'll never forget, Earl just said, are you the young kid, the lefty everybody's talking about? I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, I hear you tear the cover off the ball. And I go, well, it hasn't been so well on tour this year. But he knew who I was. And for Earl to know who I was, it was awesome.
I was going to say, that's a story you could tell forever. That's a great story.
Oh, forever. And to be able to share the lanes with those guys Billy Hardwick, man. I mean, like, just the names. I've been so fortunate to bowl in a great era and know the guys from the era before me. I'm very fortunate.
That may be one of the coolest things I've ever heard is Earl Anthony. Earl the Pearl, man, knew who you were. I was
going to say, were you going to bring that up, or that he fired back 8 shots all at once?
That's a great.
Well, the 8 shots was pretty impressive, man. I'll tell you that.
He had to loosen up at that point, right? Just to get rid of the ball.
Oh, he was definitely loose at that point.
There was all kinds of swing lube going on there.
And it's amazing how much he was able to accomplish in such a short time. He didn't start bowling tour until he was in his 30s, right?
Yeah, he was a guy that trained so hard, and worked so hard at it. He was the first guy that I ever heard that would put a dime on the lane at different spots, and you had to throw at that dime, and if you hit it, if you're good enough to hit it, it didn't move, but if you hit it on the sides, it would move, right? So that's what I did at home. I just put a dime on a board, and I started working at it, but I kept moving it. He never moved it. So
that's cool. That
guy was an incredible athlete. Yeah.
Boring as shit to watch, according to JP Jr. Like, he couldn't. JP's a lefty too, so like he said, Earl's just like watching paint dry. But I could watch Earl.
Watching legends throw strikes could not be boring.
Yeah, no. Just to talk about accurate, just amazingly accurate.
JP Jr. had to watch his dad, bro. Look at that. He's got Earl and JP. Yeah. Come on, dude. You have the life.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. Absolutely right. But it just used to be a running joke on the show about Earl just being boring to watch.
So you may, Jason, you may have just answered this question, but if you could bowl one more televised step ladder on the regular PBA Tour or wherever, and you could bowl that with any player in history, who would you want it to be with or against?
Wow, that's a good really question. Honestly, it'd probably Mark Roth.
Yeah.
I haven't brought him up, but I didn't care if you were left-handed or right-handed when I would watch ABC Sports on Saturday with Chris Schenkel and Bo Burton. But damn, man, Roth was so dominant in the late 70s, and I just love the way he tore the cover off the bowling ball. As a kid, I would watch that show, and I couldn't wait to run back to the bowling center so I could throw it exactly like that person. I didn't care if they were left-handed or right-handed.
I want to say that's the second time we've heard that on the show in the last couple months from our guest.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it was him. I tell you, another guy that really got me good was Dave Ferraro. Yeah. That guy could throw it on the edge and just be competitive and such a good bowler. I loved hooking it like Roth, but damn, when I saw Dave Ferraro, he could just throw it straight up the lane and just I'm like, I got to be able to do both of those. And and I think that went a long way in my career trying to do different things as a left-hander because we get stereotyped as he can play the gutter, but that's about it, right? And I wanted to be that guy that could do it all.
Yeah. You've only got 3 boards. They all have arrows on them, right?
Listen, if that's what it takes,
I'm left-handed too, so it's okay.
Yeah, we get 3 left. First time I think we ever had 3. No, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding.
Parker was on last week.
I know. I was just seeing if you're paying attention. I told you I suck. Yeah, and I kind of knew, like, when I was going through the clips and seeing you win the Roth Championship and just your style was just like Roth, but on the left. That had to be like a really cool tournament for you to win.
It's hard, man, when it's guys that you respect so much. Like my first year, I won the Dick Weber Classic out in LA. Pete was in the stands. His dad had passed not long ago, right? And Pete came up to me before the TV show as the leader, and he's like, "Hey, man, my dad loved you." He's like, I really hope you win today. I'm like, wow, can you put any more pressure on me? Really? Because it's Dick's tournament. It's Pete asking me to win. But it's an honor to know that I had the respect of the older guys. I have the respect of the younger guys when I bowled. And to win the tournaments that I've won a Ballard, I've won a Monticelli, I've won a Dick Weber, I've won the Roth. I mean, it feels so good to know to accomplish those things because at the end of the day, bro, the money's going to be gone. The trophies are still there.
That's absolutely right. You won 2 Dick Webers, by the way, which was pretty awesome.
Yes. Yeah. Back-to-back years.
And 3 TOCs, which is pretty incredible. I mean, if you never accomplished anything after that, I mean, you still had a storied Hall of Fame career and that wasn't even the end of it. So, I mean, that's very, very few people. I mean, you're in rare company to win multiple TOCs, like Belmo, which is a really cool thing.
Mike Durbin as well.
And I miss him in commentary. I used to love watching him on ESPN, especially like if Earl was with him. And Earl, I don't know, maybe Earl was hammered when he was on the show.
A little Harry Carey on the show.
Right? Yeah, like I missed those days on ESPN. And I completely lost my train of thought. I was going to ask you next.
Mike Durbin and Earl together on the show?
No, that just happened to be a side point that popped in my brain. My brain's moving all the time. I'm so scatterbrained. It's all right, Todd. Just take it over. I'll regain my thoughts.
No, I mean, and you've kind of answered some of these too. And I've got a kind of a random guy, but if there's a bowler whose game you secretly admired or studied, I mean, you've named a couple folks already. Was there anybody else that kind of stood out that you, other than Mark Roth?
Without question, and it was one of my roommates. And this will probably shock you guys when I say this, or maybe it won't. I hope it doesn't. But Doug Kent was probably the most versatile bowler I've ever seen.
Doug Kent was a stud. Yep.
He could throw it at any speed, at any angle that you asked him to do, and it was amazing to watch him bowl. He never won as many tournaments as he should have. And I always told him because he wasn't a prick. But he is so good at manipulating ball motion that he could – I've never seen anybody change axis tilt the way he did. And he could do it on a regular basis. So when I roomed with Doug Kent for a few years, just after I roomed with Parker on a regular basis, that's when I went home and I said, I've got to change my axis tilt. Whenever I want to recreate something, I've got to change roll forward to side. I got to do everything. And he just made me a better player. And without Doug Kent around it, I wouldn't be where I was at. And then when I started doing that, Dell Ballard became my ball rep. And when I explained to Dell what I was doing, he's like, "Are you doing this at Kegel every day?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll see you in 3 months." And when I came back out, he said, "We can drill any ball any way you want now." He says, "You have all the tools." So it was just really cool to take something that you saw somebody else do. But one of the best, most versatile players I ever saw in my life, Doug Kent.
So it's a side story with Doug Kent. And I believe he married Lisa, and I can't think of Lisa's last name. She was a lady PBA or PWBA bowler back then.
No, incorrect.
Okay,
Incorrect.
I'm thinking of somebody else.
He married Chrissy Beamish, which was Leslie's sister.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so it's Chrissy Kent. Well, Chrissy Beamish, but it was Leslie's sister, and then his first wife never bowled.
Okay,
so it would have to be Chrissy.
I got somebody else in mind. I can't.
Yeah, no worries.
I was just gonna say I secretly admired, and it was only because this guy was here in town. Obviously, I grew up bowling against Brian Himmler in town here. What a freak of nature he was at the young age he was. Yep. But John Gant was from here in Cincinnati, and you want to talk? He was a lefty, and that's all he did was rip the cover off the ball.
Dude, you ain't got to tell me anything about John Gant or Brian Himmler. Yeah. I roomed with Himmler for 10 years. John Gant we roomed together for probably 2 years, stayed at my house a bunch of times. John Gant's probably the most raw talent I've ever seen in my life. Brian Himmler's probably the best young bowler I ever saw come out. I met Brian Himmler at the 88 high roller.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I walked down and they were bowling a pot game. And
he's
15
years old. He's not out of high school yet then.
Right. No. And I walked down and there's 12 guys bowling a pot game. And I said, what are you guys bowling for? He's like, 100 a game. I'm like, I'm thinking $10, right? And he's like, you want in? And my dad's with me. It's my first high roller. I'm like, it's $100 a guy, Dad. And he's like, yeah, we'll get in one, right? And Chief's like, yeah, come on in. The water's warm. Yeah. And that's where I got it from, right? So, but dude, the city of Cincinnati has created so many good bowlers. If you start with those two guys, you go to Don Scudder. You know, you got guys local that were the Pollards. Like, there's just so many good bowlers, the Fairs. I mean, it's just that was the bowling hotbed back in the day when I was.
Well, yeah, from the Hoinky Classic, the Hoinky Super Classic was one of the best amateur tournaments, and the Super Classic was the weekend, Thanksgiving weekend. That's where you wanted to be, obviously, if you were.
Dude, I'll jar your memory if I can, but Mike Whalen.
Oh yeah.
You know, another guy that was unbelievable. The guy bowled 7 leagues a week in that place, man. It was nuts. You know, Len Ramsey, another guy that was a great bowler. I mean, you had Rick Erschwinder. You had my brain just went bad.
David
Vogelsang.
Oh yeah, I just saw him the other day.
Nick, right? Nick. Yeah, I mean, I've known him forever. I don't even know if he's even bowling anymore, but man, what a talent that guy was. He could rip the cover off the ball.
Nick had heart replacement surgery probably 3 or 4 years ago, and started back bowling last year and shot 300 the first couple weeks he came back out.
Of course he did.
The dude's insane good.
Yeah.
And I mean, all of those guys are all special to me. They had a local show around here called The King of TV, and I missed the show. Tim Weisbrod. Yep, Scott just brought up Timmy Weisbrod.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I missed the show by one spot, and I was crossing with Mike Whalen, and Mike Whalen was bowling horrible, and he literally was coaching me through every strike I threw. Because he knew he didn't have a look, and he's like, this kid might have something here today. And he was just that guy. And he's got a couple of his boys that bowl here in league a couple times a week that I'm very close to.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, all those guys, and you said the Fairs. Me and Jeff Fair are very close. And next week, Jeff and Nancy and Steve are on the show with us. We're having all 3 of them on the show at the same time. But you're right. Cincinnati, I mean, you could go on for a long time naming great bowlers from Cincinnati. And probably never get to Dave Kruder's name.
No, that was my bowling partner in the doubles at the USBCs for quite a few years. We did have a top 100 finish.
Dave Kruder's probably my best friend walking the planet. And, I mean.
Such a great guy.
I don't go see him as much as I should, but I'm kind of getting myself back to bowling a little bit, and he's my guy. And I mean, if I tell him I need something and something's not right, he works. He's just that guy. So.
Oh yeah,
I love the fact that Jason is so familiar with all the regions, because I mean, you bowled not just against the best on tour, but I mean, like I said, a little while ago, so many regions have great bowlers. Like I said, you mentioned Litchie in the beginning of the show, Mike Lichtenstein.
Right.
I grew up watching him, and we had his dad on the show. Larry's a fantastic guy as well. But Litchie was one of those guys, man, when he won the high rollers, it's like, wow, who is this kid, right? And if he decided to go on tour, he would have killed it, but he decided it wasn't for him, and he's made a great career in NEBAs and stuff like that, and just cleaning up, just call him Mop, obviously, because he cleans up all the time. Like, he's just an amazing talent, still amazing, still has the crazy approach. And I see so many people in forums when somebody posts a video of him that don't know who he is, think, oh man, that guy's retarded, or what the hell's wrong with him? Why is he throwing that way? And it's like, if you're a true bowler, you know who Mike Lichtenstein is.
Yeah.
And no matter what he does leading up to the foul line, he still has one of the smoothest swings I've ever seen, and his timing is always impeccable. He's just a killer. Right. He's such a good guy, and he's a sweet guy as well. So.
Yeah, Scott just listed a bunch more names on there. And if Tucky Perez, Terry Ciccone, Dave Callery, Vinny Atria, Kevin Gillette, and you could go on forever. But it's funny when you brought up Don Scudder. I've got a twin brother, and Don Scudder, I mean, we've known him ever since we were little kids, and he still can't tell us apart. Because he's still bowling. He's still averaging close to 200, bowling one night a week. But the one thing about Scudder, as good of a bowler as he was probably 10 times better of a storyteller. I don't know if you ever were around him hanging out after or whatever, and that dude could bring people in with every story he told.
Oh, for sure. Scuds can tell some stories.
And then laugh at himself harder than anybody else laughed with him.
Oh, yeah.
So
what did resin do for you when it came in? Because obviously you had so much success with it. But I mean, was that a game changer for you? Because a lot of the pros that are already on tour had trouble figuring it out for a while. But I mean, you just seemed to just kill it, even with all your revs and all that. Like, what was it about resin?
So the first couple of weeks, we didn't know what it was on my rookie season. So I bowled the first few weeks without it. And then we got to about, I want to say it was the 5th week on tour. We had gone from Dallas to Winter Haven. And my rookie year, I wasn't signed with anybody. And Tony Westlake was comping the Excalibur. And I was completely out of it with 6 games to go. And Tony's like, you should try this Excalibur. And I'm like, I'm already out of it. I can't cash. And he's like, no, you should try this ball, right? And I'll never forget, I could not move far enough to the inside and throw it left. And I had OB with urethane, and it just sucked back every shot. And I'm like, it's shiny. It's not supposed to do that. And I ended up missing a check by probably 50 pins because I didn't understand the ball. But I almost got there where I shouldn't have been. And I called my dad on the payphone, which kids won't know what a payphone is, but I called my dad on the payphone, and I'm like, Pop, I found the fountain of youth for you, dude. This ball is incredible. It's shiny, and it hooks from everywhere. And my dad's right-handed, down and in player. And I'll never forget, he took the ball I had, he plugged it, he threw it, and he says, oh, my gosh, this is great. I can get the flat 10 out. I could do this. Right? So we didn't know what it was. And then a few months later, Ebonite had caught on, Brunswick had caught on, with whether it be Purple Rhinos, Turbo X's, it was all coming along. But I realized I could take a shiny ball and throw it as hard as I could, and it never got past the spot. And I don't know if guys just didn't understand that at that point, but I'm like, I can just peel on it and throw it as hard as I can, and it's not going to stop hooking. Katie bar the doors, boys, because Dad's getting it. I just started slinging it, and I took advantage of it right away. Where guys with slower ball speeds, it would overhook, or if they moved in, it would underhook because it didn't like the oil, right? So Dale Ballard immensely struggled. It was awful for him, but I just kind of grabbed on kind of early because I could throw it really hard, and it it definitely changed the game for sure.
I'm sure Walter had some issues with it too, right? Because of his ball speed. Even though he was so accurate, I think sometimes even just suitcase it just to kind of get it to go straight.
Well, I don't think Walter could understand that a shiny ball would outhook a dull ball, right? And that's where I think he got in trouble because he's so smart and he's very intellectual when it comes to the game. I just think, to me, I'm just like, I can throw it harder and it doesn't bail. Yeah, I'm good, right? So where Walter's like, why is a shiny ball hooking more, right? So it was just different for some guys. And Dale Ballard, I mean, it literally probably hurt him for 5 years, but yeah, I gravitated towards it and I just took advantage of it.
Do you think your career would have been different had that not come out? I mean, I know it's hindsight, but
I don't, it's a good question. I don't know because I'm still the guy that throws urethane 90% of the weeks now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But you're a product of your environment. If you don't adapt, you're gonna die. So I just tried to do whatever I could to make myself better. And I think I had good weeks with it. I think I had bad weeks with it. I think it would all figure itself out.
And Johnny Senior threw 300 on TV with, so.
The Quantum. Yeah, the green Quantum. Yeah, sure did.
I won that ball in a raffle at Bradley. It was $205 when it came out. And I got into a raffle and won a free one. Won my first JBT with that ball. And I've told the story before, but when the truck came in, oddly, the year that you won, some volunteers worked at PBA truck, just helping them load and unload stuff, and they'd give us a free ball at the end. Well, the ball that actually I was given me was a teal Rhino that was Ricky Ward's. So, and I still have that ball in my garage. I have that and my Quantum in the garage with the side holes, with the side weight. That's not legal anymore.
Bring them babies in
and they're not cracked.
Bring them babies in and get them on a display case.
I should. I can still throw them, and they last through. And honestly, you know the winters in the Northeast. When you've been up there, it's like keeping them in the trunk, ball and league. Keeping them in the shed in the summer in the garage. Those balls have been through every single element, and I could still take them out of the bag and still throw them today. And you can't say that for a lot of the new balls nowadays.
No, you're right.
They're just amazingly poured balls. I mean, they stood the test of time, and I bet you I could still average 215, 220 with the house shot now easily. Those balls.
Yeah. The components in these bowling balls today, though, there's so much technology built into these bowling balls. If the people actually knew how much money the R&D spends on making sure that these balls perform the way they do, and it's just those balls back in the day, they were new, but it wasn't the technology we have now with the cover designs. Yeah, there's the longevity is pretty amazing with the older balls. But I mean, I still go in, and I still keep bowling balls that I have from back in the day. And I know I just don't want to open the box because it's probably crap all the way around.
And you cannot doubt the engineering and the research and all that, like you said, that goes into these new balls. What you can do with them are amazing, whether it's the core, the cover stock, and especially Brunswick and the brands of Brunswick and Hammer. And we've discussed, we're all Brunswick guys on the show. So, I mean, we've discussed how great they've been the last few years. But honestly, this year alone, they provided so many winners. And obviously the talent is there too. It's not just about the technology and the bowling balls. Obviously you have talented people throwing them. But to see us kind of just beating Storm every week is just it's a fun thing to watch.
It was a fun year for that.
It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Never does. And I love Tim Mack and Storm and I love Schlem and he's on TV just about every week. But watching the Brands of Brunswick win this year has been really, really fun. And who thought, Jason, that 4 rookies would win their first titles this year and be in contention for Player of the Year?
Can you imagine if you got odds, right? If on 4 rookies winning, it'd be astronomical. And it's just, yeah, for sure. So it's been nice to see.
Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And you mentioned Alex Horton earlier, which obviously has the connection with Parker and the family, and he's very close to them. So there's no shocker there, that he's that good, and his dad's amazing. And you're right, we had him on the show after he won his first tournament, And you want to talk about a kid just with swagger. It's amazing. Brandon Bonta is the same way, and he's in the World Championship this weekend. So it's interesting to see what he does. But can you imagine, dude, back in the day, if you would have told me that you would have had 4 rookies win a title and not all of them not be up for the Player of the Year would be ridiculous. Typically, or Rookie of the Year, I'm sorry. Typically, you win a title as a rookie, like you were Rookie of the Year. To have 4 kids do it and only one of them going to be Rookie of the Year says a lot about what's happened this year. It's insane. I know the CW probably loved it for sure.
Oh, for sure. And you know what? It just shows you how much more prepared the kids are when they come out now. YouTube's a great tool to help people. And these kids are just smarter. They're better. They're more prepared when they come out. I made 2 TV shows my first year, a second, and I don't even know if maybe it was a third. And I won Rookie of the Year, right? There was no win. I mean, you didn't think about winning when I was a rookie. So God bless these guys. They're great bowlers. They're fantastic.
And ice cold, like literally cold-blooded killers.
Yeah,
EJ major? Are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah.
That could never happen.
We bring up Bonta almost every show.
And he will be able to
run the table and then shoot 300 in the final match against arguably the best bowler in the world right now.
Right.
Just like it was nothing. It's like, okay, here you go. If you're gonna,
he didn't even look nervous.
Yeah.
Like he didn't show any emotion.
3 great
at all.
shots in the 10th. Like he wasn't phased. So
and even Austin Grammer shooting 299. Like, come on, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we almost had 2 kids shoot 300 on TV, but they both win their championship. And seeing Spencer win and then Alex win 2 titles. One being a major. And he may get Rookie of the Year and Player of the Year. It just depends what happens this coming weekend. And with the Duke coming up, which the Duke is actually Alex's hometown, so Alex could win that as well and kind of wrap up at least the Rookie of the Year portion, but also win Player of the Year. Unless he wins the title this coming up, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, I know. Right. I know you guys have brought his name up, and you just said Alex. Out of all of the young guys, and not to discount any of them, I think we're going to see Alex Horton a lot over the next couple of years.
Agreed.
Oh, for sure. And you know what? The separation there, dude, is when I watch him bowl, he's a 2-hander, but he doesn't look like he puts the amount of torque on his body that the most of the other guys do. And I think that has a lot to do with the training that he's gotten at Parker's place. So I can see him having some longevity. He's really young, but I mean, I like the future for all those rookies. I think they're going to do fantastic.
And we forget about Ryan Barnes as well. I mean, that kid is going to be next level.
He's due. You think he's been out there for 5 years, but he's what, 23 years old?
Yeah, he got the college exemption for a few tournaments, and then he made TV while he's in college. And a lot of people are kind of pissed off about that, but whatever. Who cares?
The kid's going to be just fine, and he's deserving of everything he's gotten.
And everything he's going to get, too. He's going to win a lot, too.
But next year, seeing Brandon Bone, I'd love to see him and Alex just duke it out, right? Like 2 best friends just going out there, and that'd be a really, really cool thing to see. So I know we've kept you a long time, Jason. We'd love to have you back on the show because there's so much more we can dive into. I have so many more questions that we won't get to tonight.
I will not tell you the headline that just came across my phone.
Yeah, no spoilers
about the game that's on this evening.
No spoilers.
I would not do that.
But man, we absolutely appreciate you being on here. It was a blast. I love your stories, especially your story about your first title. That really meant a lot to me to hear that, because that's such a special place for me too. So this is a really, really fun conversation. I can't thank you enough for coming on, man. Just growing up watching you as a lefty, it was a really, really cool thing to be able to meet you and talk to you, and hopefully we'll have you on again.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so, guys. I really appreciate you guys having me on. I have tons of stories, so anytime you guys want to have me back, I'd be more than happy.
And Sharon, watching you and Todd just go at back and forth with Cincinnati guys too, and I could just kind of sit back and be a fly on the wall. That was really cool too.
Yeah, and Jason, you and I have not met in person, at least to my knowledge. I mean, I feel like I've known you my whole life because we have so many mutual friends that we're very close with Dave Wadka and Kruder and Himmler. And I told somebody a story, and then we'll let you go, that you and Kruder were out of town somewhere, and it might have been Nationals. And I'm on the phone with him, and you're in the background, and he just kept talking. I don't know if you guys, maybe Dave had a few drinks. I don't know. Probably. And he just kept talking. And then all of a sudden I hear you holler in the background. He goes, dude, I need to go. I'm supposed to be ordering pizza for me and Couch right now. He's getting mad. So I heard you in the background screaming, hey, is that our pizza? Is that on the way yet? But yeah, I'm surprised our paths haven't crossed and met with the people that we both know.
Seriously, you guys have a lot of friends that it is amazing that you guys never.
But I do expect it to happen at some point in time, and I look forward to actually meeting you in person and shaking your hand. So,
absolutely, look forward to it.
All right,
Jason. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming on, man. I'll keep in touch with you, and good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night, Jason. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Bye. Oh man, that was so cool, Todd.
That was a good show.
I freaking love this show, dude.
Yeah,
I love the show.
Well.
It really did. It was so much fun. And I mean, obviously we know he's a character. He's a personality. We knew we'd get a lot out of him, but I really enjoyed his stories, and I'd like to hear some of the ones about Tapper he couldn't tell. Maybe we'll have to talk to him off air about that. But yeah, you funny, mention all the mutual friends that you guys have. It really is odd because bowling's such a small community, really, that you guys haven't crossed paths yet, but I'm sure that will happen at some point.
I'll have to make sure that happens at some point in time.
So I know it's a little early, but you did put the announcement out that you were doing a tournament you're co-promoting with Kyle Troop in November.
We are. It's November 14th at Kingpin Lanes in Louisville, Kentucky. We've got about 60 bowlers already, and we have not promoted it whatsoever. I put the event page out. I put a teaser out, then I made the event page. And I mean, it's a $50 fundraiser to bowl. It's 9-pin no tap, and we do a bunch of bonus strikes. There's just tons of different things that you can win a little bit of extra stuff with, but it's for a great cause. Kyle and Bree go out and shop for kids that just normally wouldn't have a good Christmas or Christmas at all for that matter. And that's so what cool. The entire event's all about. And this is our third year doing it with Kyle. And man, it's a lot of fun.
I do.
Yeah. Me and Scott and Dawn, my wife Dawn, and we put a lot of effort into it. We put a lot of work into it.
Louisville.
Dawn used to live in Louisville, and Scott pronounces it differently every time just to piss her off.
Kind of like me with the thumbs up and the K, because you hate that.
It's one of my favorite things, yeah.
And I am going to try to get up there to Louisville.
Yeah, I mean, it's November 14th. You can sign up right through me. You can go to the event page. You can send Venmo or Cash App. We'll get a little bit more out on our page to promote it a little bit there. But me and Kyle are going to do a live here before too long to talk about it when he gets a little more time open for himself, because I know he's a busy man right now.
He really is. It's only about 3.5. I can make it in 3. It's about 3 hours for me. So yeah. That's an easy drive.
Hour and a half drive for me. So
yeah. So that'd be cool. I get to meet you in person. I get to see Kyle again. I'm not going to bowl because I'm not even going to pretend that I'm any good anymore.
Come in there and walk around. We're going to put you to work, sir.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll absolutely help out.
I think we should put together some Straight Up 5 podcast baskets or something to raffle off and help the cause.
Yeah, we could absolutely do that. We'll definitely work. We got enough time to work on that. That's a great idea.
Yep.
And I know. In fact, I'm gonna. I don't care if my wife likes or not. I'm gonna be there. I may not be married anymore.
I'll bring her with you.
Yeah, no, I would. I would bring the family with me. There's plenty of stuff to do in Louisville, while I'm at the bowling alley. But yeah, Scott, no, that's a cool thing.
Scott just said you don't drive. Scott, you are right. I do not drive there or back or any long distance drive, but I'm a good passenger.
You don't drive, really?
No. I do drive. I just hate going on long drives. You were a truck driver, but I can't stand driving. Like I could have the best night of sleep. I could sleep good for 3 straight days, and then it's time to go on a 2-hour drive, and I could be 10 minutes in, and I'm whooped.
No kidding.
And I don't know why. It's just in my I can't. But if you get me in the passenger seat and strap me in, I'll be the best co-pilot there is.
Interesting. We always drive to Panama City, Florida from here, about an 8.5-hour drive. So yeah, it's funny that you're come up with us on Friday, hang with us at some rundown hotel. Scott, I don't know where you've been, brother. So I don't know if I want to hang out with you at some.
We were in a dump last year. We will not be this year. Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you stay at the Hilton. Hampton.
Yes. Scott did not do the Google ratings very well on that one.
Good job, brother. Yeah, I let my wife handle all that stuff. But is he working tonight, by the way?
He is.
Dude, seriously. Why do you let him on social media in the chat when he's working?
But it's on this social media. That's all he's looking at, I'm sure. He's
no, of course not. He would never do that.
Yeah.
Not playing Candy Crush or anything like that. So
no, and I see some other people. I see a Summer Forever is on there. My daughter is here with her best friend, and they're out there bowling on 24, and Summer Forever is her best friend. And she's
okay, cool. Hello.
She was the one commenting out there earlier.
That's funny. Thanks for showing up. He says, I have been working. Well, I mean, define working, right? Like
he probably made 35 pizzas for the adult child league tonight. So
you have good food there, Gilmore?
And it's bar food. It's okay.
All right. That answers the question.
Yeah.
No, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I started the Manjaro shots, and it's once a week.
Just say
hey, Lee.
Say hi.
Hi. Good to see you. Hopefully by November, I have, weight off. Maybe I'll get back on the lanes. Maybe I'll crack out the quantum and the teal. And
why not?
As long as you don't have any restrictions against weight holes, because I'm not plugging them.
I sanction the tournament only because I get some youth bowlers to bowl in it, and I can put it in their smart funds. But I could care less what you chuck down the lane.
Okay, that's fair. I do have a effect tour that Chuck Ritchie gave me that I haven't drilled yet, and he's still getting on my ass about getting it drilled. But I do want to get back in the lanes. I honestly, seriously miss bowling. I'm just in such shitty shape that it hurts for me to bowl. And the older you get, the worse it gets. But once I get some weight off, I absolutely want to get back on the lanes and at least bowl leagues again in Smyrna. I miss it. Being there.
I'm trying to, and then I've got some issues with my neck. I had the surgery where they put a cage in the P6 and 7, and had to do another MRI because I'm having some other issues with the nerve pain going down my arm, and I have another appointment tomorrow, and we're just going to knock on wood that everything is okay, and they can just treat it with a shot. And go from there. So, that's.
Hey, Alex is here. Alex Bermudez, my favorite pro shop operator from Modesto, California. Good to see you. Round is a shape. Get onto the lanes. No, he's right. He's right. There is no excuse. I mean, I can just, I can manage it. Hey, you want to say hi to Todd? No, my daughter's here too. So we got to get our girls to meet up too, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be fun to get them together. But no imbecile this week. I mean, I have one, but we had such a great show. I don't want to ruin them.
Don't let the imbecile ruin our show.
Yeah, exactly. And thanks again to Jason Couch for coming on this week and being such a great guest with all his stories and such a great personality. And I really, really enjoyed having him on. I'm about to text Parker and say and ask him if he pushed the button for the sweep to come down. And see what he says.
I'm going to make a homemade video of a finger hitting a reset button.
Or we can make an AI video and just,
I mean, yeah, I consider it done.
I love it. So next week we have the Fair family coming on. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah. Jeff Fair and Steve Fair is his dad, who was a Hall of Famer in his own right.
Yep.
And Nancy. I mean, they're all Hall of Famers, and 2 of them are national. Jeff is not yet. But he's got, I have to find out before next week's show. They could probably put all their Eagles between the 3 of them, and we would not be able to see them.
Right. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, absolutely.
But they are first class. All three of them are first class individuals. I grew up watching Steve, and Jeff's several years younger than me. But him and I have become very close. He bowls all my stuff. He follows me, and he's also a good voice of reason when I maybe do not have a good voice of reason.
That's awesome.
He's you're gonna love all three of them.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, we might have to clean it up just a tad, but we'll let them set the tone.
Okay, no, that's fair. And next week we're gonna make the announcement of who our 200th guest is.
Yes.
I don't want to spoil it yet, but that'll be at the end of the show next week. So you have to watch all the way through. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't anyway. It's such a great show that we.
It's going to be whoever wins the NBA Finals is going to be our 200th.
Wemby's going to win. Wemby's going to be on the show.
Yeah.
No, it's we have a huge guest coming on.
Well, Wemby's huge,
but this it definitely will be something. And we also have Graham Faw coming on next month, I believe.
Yeah, it's July 8th. Yeah, he couldn't do July 1st because it's Canada Day.
Canada Day. Oh, Canada. You know they changed the words of "Oh Canada." Isn't that amazing?
So when he is on, instead of doing the national anthem, we have to find the Canadian national anthem for that night.
Good call, Todd. Yes, I will absolutely do that. That's yes, absolutely. All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed this show with Jason Couch tonight and Todd McGill and myself. The link to this sweet shirt and that jersey. Oh, he cut up. There we go.
There's jersey.
Sweet jersey and this shirt. The link to get those is in the description here on YouTube. So definitely check that out. Check out my sub shop on Bowlifi. And yeah, it's good stuff. Yes, it's a new guest, Nico. We have a very new. I mean, he's not new. The guest is new. It'll be a first timer on this show.
Is his last name new?
No, his last name is not new.
Okay, all right, just checking.
But everybody knows who he is. He's a world-class bowler. But
Rob hasn't even told me yet, so it's a secret to me too.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really big. Really, really good shoe. Really good shoe. Nobody knows who that is. That's you weren't.
I do. I'm sorry.
I do.
But no, next week we have the Fair family, and then episode 200 will be gigantic. And we appreciate all your support, guys. We love our community. We love our fans. If you're a new watcher and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to us on YouTube right here. Give the video a like. Tell your friends. Get the word out. The show's always been about no marketing and just word of mouth. And we've really had a great community over the last 5 years. And Todd, I'm glad you're a part of that now.
We're talking about. Pardon me. We're talking about doing a little bit of marketing and kind of branching out on some of the socials to get the word out a little bit further. And I've done a little bit of homework and checking some stuff out. And man, Instagram. We got to get ourselves over on Instagram and make a presence there because that is the reach.
Yes, we just got to get into algorithms.
Yeah.
So we will work on that, and we will have more merch coming out at some point. We're talking about hats and stuff like that. So we're just going to grow it from the ground up like we always do. But this show's always been about grassroots, and everybody knows at this point there's a who's who knows who we are. It's just getting through the algorithms, right, and just trying to get the new bowlers and new viewers on that don't know who we are. It is difficult, but
but they will.
Yeah, but they will. But, even if we don't make another dollar on the show, it's been a passion project of mine, and I'm glad you're a part of it now, Todd. And I do appreciate Ouch and JP Jr. for their contributions. Starting the show and building it up for 4 years. But I'm excited for this new chapter with you, Todd, and I think we have a good rapport and a good chemistry. We're very like-minded. I just have to again stop taking the reins, and I got to let you just kind of.
No, it's perfectly fine.
So
perfectly fine. I jumped in there today quite a bit, and I had a great time chatting with Jason. I could talk to him for 2 more hours.
Absolutely, me too. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next week, same time, same channel, with the Fair family. Good night, everybody. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
for watching Straight Up 5 with Todd McGill. You can follow the show on X at Straight Up 5 Pod. You can follow Todd on X at TMT Bowling. And you can follow Rad Rob on X at Rad Rob Entertainment. Follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Straight Up 5 Podcast. We'd love to hear from you. You can email us with comments, questions, or suggestions at straightup5podcast@gmail.com. We'll see you next time for another edition of Straight Up 5 with Todd McGill, right here on the Rad Rob Radio Network.